Hello everybody, my name is Jeremy, and welcome back to the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, the Stanley Parable 2, the Stanley Parable 2 Ultra. I don't know what it is at this point. I don't know. But we're going to get into it, and hopefully my controller's been kind of acting wonky, so hopefully it's not going to act wonky here. So, it is just a cheap Xbox One controller, so I might just need to get a new one. And I might break down and get a new one, if it's too bad.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
We'll skip that. Alright. Now, before I do anything else, oh, I'm back. I gotta hear the fan. It's gonna be so... I'm sorry, but we gotta grab it. Every time I open this game, I am like, okay, there is a mission here. Right? There's a mission here. There's a list of things I want to do. So, these Deluxe things. There's that. Want that. There's that. Now. Okay. Two, three. Okay, so there's that. Okay. Whoa! I don't want that. That's what's this? Whoa, no. There's more. You're like, play the game! I'm like, wait a minute, hold on. I tried this last time. There's two I'm going to try as we go on here. Well,
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
hold on. This is the window. This one you can actually climb up on. For some odd reason, you can climb up on this. Come over here. They're not gonna let me. It says 434. Oh.
At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map, until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along. He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes. So, now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be?
It is.
Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in? Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet?
No.
Ah. Then in that case, we'll continue. But now, here comes the real question. What do you think would have happened if you had told me that you wanted this to stop? Do you think it would have been particularly different? Would I have taken the same idea but rephrased it superficially to fit that answer? Perhaps you never would even have thought of it if I hadn't brought up the issue in the first place. Oh, now think about it. Will it be worth it for you to restart and then come back here just to do the other option?
Yes, it would.
Clearly, this whole gag takes some time.
Right.
What if the other option is even longer? How long will you spend in total just to have heard all the narration? Oh, and this is rich. Perhaps you've just played the other option, and now you've come to see what happens in this one. So, what do you think? Which choice was the better one? Imagine if you had selected continue on your first playthrough, how tantalizing it would be not knowing what happens when you pick the other option. Indeed, you are one of the lucky ones, though if the other option is really miserable to listen to, then perhaps you're not. In fact, I'm just going to say that no one who's listening to this is lucky.
Oh.
Well now, I've built up the other options so much that I'm going to stop talking and leave you to your decision whether to come back here, continue with the game, or just sit in this spot forever and ever. Cheers.
No. Can I just am I in a box? Where am I at, really? Am I in a box? Does he just leave me? Do I check yes now? Nope. Great. Love that. Love this for me, not being able to do anything. Alright, begin the game again. And we're going to choose the other option. Yep.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Because
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Oh, here I am again.
At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map, until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along. He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes. So, now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be? Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in? Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet?
I am, yes.
Well, I don't know how to say this politely, but you could literally just hit escape and restart the game any old time you want. Like right now. You could have done it just then. Now would also be an appropriate time to quit. Any of these points and so many, many more, all of them are appropriate. I'm enjoying what seems to be an internal conflict going on where you are literally unable to act on your own desires to restart the game. So, just to push the envelope, I'm going to try and make this as miserable as possible and see how long you can maintain.
Oh, well now...
There once was a man named Stanley.
This is wonderful.
Who people considered so manly.
Yes.
But the truth must be told, he was not very old and was quite particularly gangly.
Wow.
What Stanley liked most was buttons.
Yes.
He pushed them like some kind of glutton.
This is amazing.
Did it all day in a meaningful way, but his brain had long ceased to function. Which is why he is in this parable and lives an existence quite terrible. And if you are not strong and keep playing along, you too will become quite unbearable. Yes. You too will become quite unbearable.
Oh, just you got me messed up, dude. I love music. Do you like? I'll sit here and listen to music all day, son. Do I need to continue the song? Is this my part of the song? Because I gotta go into it if you'd like me to. I can try. Let me think. Keep playing. I could probably write something into this, can't I? Let me think. I mean, I could sit here. There was a narrator quite so dumb, with a tongue. No, with a sharp silver tongue. That's what I should say. I'm gonna write this out. I'm gonna come back. Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna write a song, a little poem about the narrator. And then I'm going to come back here another episode and I'm going to say it. Oh. Okay, well. Oh, narrator. Did you get tired? Narrator. All I got is time. Are you just going to stop? Are you going to continue? Is this where I quit the game? Oh, look at this. Can I literally leave? I ain't got a little bit further out there. Can I? Am I leaving? No, I'm not leaving. Okay. Alright, narrator. Oh. You thought I was going to quit, didn't you? Alright. Get in the game again. Alright. You win. But I will come back. I will write a poem about you, narrator, and I will say it to you on my channel. Watch me. I am going to do that. Alright. Now, launch options? The sequel is not full. Where's launch options? I don't know where launch options are. I guess it's before the game. Okay. Ooh, buddy, listen. But collect these figures. We start at least 5 times. Alright, conditions. Oh, go back. Screenshot this so I don't have to keep fighting this. There's one about the figurines. I knew there was an ending about the figurines, and I found it. See, this is stupid. Now that screenshot's so bad. Why can't I see? I want to see more. There's like thousands of endings. There's a kill bucket option. See if that works. See if that's better. Oh God, why did it save like that? Wait a minute! Oh God, I know you guys are sitting there like, oh come on, play the game.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Shut the door,
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. Warmth spread through Stanley's arms. With the bucket in his arms again, he was home.
Oh,
Stanley
God.
clung the bucket to his cheek. Could his co-workers really all be gone?
God, taking the bucket with me!
Yes, whispered the bucket into Stanley's ear.
We've done it. We've escaped from that dull office and that pesky narrator. At last, out here in the white void, we are alone. Now, and for the first time, I can reveal to you my true self.
The bucket began to tell Stanley of its life and its history, of the countless wars it witnessed, desecrating the land and lives of untold numbers of innocent humans, and the bucket's own complicity therein, of sadness and regret, and the many years it spent dwelling on the actions it might have taken to curb the madness and the decay, if only it had been stronger, of hope and redemption, and its crusade to uplift the stock of life for the common man, to manifest justice where none existed, and the bittersweet reality of time, to see one's dreams and wishes met halfway, meted out in parcels like charity, and abandoned as soon as the warm glow of inspiration begins to dim. The opportunities to do so much more. There was so much it could have done, perhaps, the bucket wondered to itself. Perhaps, if it had seen its own darkness with a clearer perception.
Oh God.
This was way too much for Stanley.
Oh God.
What are you talking about?
He screamed.
You're a bucket!
To this, the bucket furrowed its brow.
No,
said the bucket.
not since the evil wizard Gambhorata first
Wow.
ensnared me in his machinations as payback for the sacred amulet I stole from his treasured vaults. I
Wow.
was young back then and could not conceive the ramifications of... No!
Stanley screamed even louder this time.
It's,
is stupid! You are a bucket! This is so stupid! Why
Wow.
are you even doing this?
As Stanley screamed and screamed and screamed, the bucket revealed its true form, transforming into a mighty beast of untold power, its fangs glistening like... My God, Stanley,
Oh.
you did it. You saved us from the bucket. Thank God you already had all 12 emblems of sages and knew the incantations to summon their true power. Otherwise, we would have easily been overwhelmed by the bucket's power. I'm speechless. You've demonstrated such bravery here today. Come, let's restart the game, and we'll agree to never again go trifling with this bucket, nor the dark magic cast away inside of it.
did I kill the bucket? Is the bucket
All
gone?
his co-workers were
I
gone.
hope not.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. Stanley picked up the bucket and smiled.
Yeah, he did.
He'd never be alone again, not truly alone, not with the bucket around.
No, with the bucket around. Okay. That was... Wow, okay. Alright, let's see if we can get at least one more ending here. Let's see. So I just climb out, right? Like
Stanley clung the bucket to his cheek. Could his co-workers really all be gone?
well, let's see. Before I actually climb out, let's just go to it and see if there's a narration. Because apparently there's like a narration to it. There's no narration to it. They said there's like a narration to this. Like, are you gonna seriously like jump into this? Kill bucket. Yeah. Door choices. Oh boy. Trying to see here. So we can try to do some of these endings. Alright, so let's just keep going. Really, let's just keep going, pretty much. Let's just keep going. Wait. Input. Which one is that? That is 419. Is that right? 419? 419. I think it's 419 first. Alright, 419. Just 419. Okay. Input. Input received. Okay. Alright. Let's keep going.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Yes. Oop. So there's two more. Large room with lots of boxes, and somewhere both red and blue. Alright. Keep going. Don't go to the broom closet, although I love the broom closet.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did. Okay, and then we go in here.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire if not for the soothing presence of the bucket.
That's right.
Even now, in his darkest of hours, did the bucket's warmth and guiding light pierce the dark clouds of confusion and chaos. It would be with him always. The bucket would, and he knew it. The two of them were inseparable. At this point, Stanley was so absorbed in the tender spiritual connection he shared with the bucket that he didn't notice the keypad behind the boss's desk, nor in his bliss of simply being near the bucket did he have any notion that the PIN number for the keypad was 2845.
Almost got it. I knew it was those numbers.
But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
We did the elevator with the bucket, didn't we? Yeah. We did do the elevator with the bucket. I'm pretty sure. I want to, but we won't. We'll continue. There's an ending at the end of this one, I believe. With the bucket.
The elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket.
Not for that
Soothing
bucket.
him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine.
Everything's fine. We've actually not done
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
I love this one. I have to.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley and the bucket would both meet a violent death.
This is true, but I haven't done
The
it
door
with the bucket.
behind them was not shut. Stanley and the bucket still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point, Stanley and the bucket were knowingly walking forward into a very painful death for each of them.
Nope. 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 I just think this is funny. I do. This is a different noise. Okay. So, it'll say...
But of course, Stanley and the bucket thought better of it and realized they simply had too much to live for. Nope. It's death for Stanley and the bucket.
I just wanted to hear his... Alright, yeah, you got. I think that's it. If it's anything like the last one, it's pretty much that's pretty much it. So I won't continue to go down this hallway because I think it just stops there. Alright. Alright. Nope. Alright.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves.
Employee observation protocol. Cameras. Lights, cameras.
The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears
Yeah, it did.
as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine.
Interesting. People.
Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well? Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place? These questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind. No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control, never! He squeezed the bucket tighter, his one friend in the entire world. At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket.
Except the bucket. Okay.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he and the bucket would dismantle the controls for good. Two best friends, Stanley and the bucket, up against the world. They high-fived in a really cool way, and the bucket made a sassy comment about taking down the system.
Well, I mean, I don't even know what I'm doing here. So I'm just looking around for anything that's not what you want me to do. So, oh, this just leads to nothing. Currently. Can I go down here? I can't go down here. Oh, down here in the red. Well, this place is both red and blue. Like, I would like to see if I can find a figurine, but whatever. Okay. Stanley or whatever. System power.
When at last they came to the source of the room's power, Stanley and the bucket knew it was their obligation to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
Nope. Just gonna go back. They'll let me. Maybe they'll say anything. There's a button up there. How do I get to that button? I want to get to that button. That button as well. How do I get to that button? It's over here. Man, this is dark. Oh, here it is. Oh. What? I get to that button. Whatever. Probably do this ending first. Oh, wait. 2. Alright. 2. So I'm around the room. Let's try and find 3. Is that 3? That's 5. Where's 3? Oh, we're pressing buttons, people. Oh, we're pressing buttons. So 1, 2. 5's over there. Five. 3. 4? Is 4 over here? Is 4 back here? No? I have no idea where 4 is at currently. I must find 4. Is that 4? I hope not. I hope not. I need a brightness count. Just a smidge. Just a smidge. 1, 2, I found 3. I need to find 4. I know where 5's at. Where's 4? 3. 3. That's usually pretty close to each other, isn't it? Where's 4? No. Where is 4? I'm gonna be mad. Oh. 1, 2, 3. There's 5. Whatever. I'll just hit 5. Whatever. That's 5. Oh, hold on. I'll put up here. There's 5. There's a button there. 1, 2, 3. Whatever. Whatever. Are we choosing chaos or not? System on. On.
But at the last second, the bucket jumped in and pressed the button to turn on the controls. Stanley gasped in horror. Had this been the bucket's plan all along? To take over the machine and claim the power for itself? How could the bucket have betrayed him like this? Stanley was prepared to throw the bucket away in disgust when suddenly an image appeared upon the enormous screen. Birds. Silly, silly birds. The control buttons became active again. Stanley flipped through one video of silly birds after another, and then it dawned on him. This wasn't a mind control facility at all. It was a facility for monitoring and surveilling silly birds all over the world. The mind controls were only a facade to disguise its true intentions. Had the bucket known this all along? Stanley marveled at the metal genius in his hands, the one who had pointed him towards this incredible discovery. Stanley and the bucket never found freedom because they spent the rest of their lives here in this place, flipping through live streams of the silliest birds imaginable. Of all the possible paths his life could have taken, this one was surely the best. And Stanley was happy.
I mean, it's silly birds. It's silly birds. Okay. So we'll end it there. Shorter video, I believe, for Stanley Parable. Maybe. But we'll end it there. I remember I did the input for 119. I have to remember the next time I play. But thank you guys very much for watching. It's been a wonderful time playing this game. And we'll continue to play it. But I'm going to have to finish something up soon. Now, I know there's not really a finished Marvel Snap, but hopefully Coffee Talk in soon because I want to get some more different games in. So, but we'll continue with Stanley because there's just so much. And we got Marvel Snap. But hopefully Coffee Talk in soon so we can do a start. But, in the meantime, like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you.